Hi everybody, in this module we're looking at Chapter 15 in Agnew and Brezina and at the impact that schools have on delinquency. When looking at schools, it's important to remember that they are the ultimate locus of control for juveniles. Everyone is required to attend until at least age 16. Only a very small percentage of children are homeschooled. Unlike families, there is a specific mold that schools have into which all students are encouraged, pushed, and even forced. While there may be differences in families, and certainly no two schools are completely alike, school experiences are pretty much the same everywhere from Austin to Zanesville, from Boston to Ypsilanti. So no matter where you go in this country, you will probably find that public school experiences are about the same. Everyone is expected to have the same learning style. Classrooms are set up pretty much the same with the teacher as the ultimate authority figure at the front. Secondary schools expect students to decide what they want to do post-high school almost from day one. Labeling and social reproduction often determine the outcomes. Peer groups and cliques promulgate stereotypes. You must follow the rules. Delinquency often follows from not meeting one or more of these expectations. This does not mean that schools necessarily cause delinquency. Remember, we talked about spurious relationships, where there is a third variable that causes changes in two other variables that appear to be related. Poor school experiences and delinquency are often caused by the same third variable: negative early family experiences, low intelligence, and/or low self-control. These three things often cause individuals to do poorly in school and/or engage in delinquent behavior. Furthermore, while it may seem that poor school experiences can cause delinquency, delinquency may also cause poor school experiences. It's what we call a reciprocal relationship. Why should we care? Because policies aimed at reducing delinquency by improving school experiences may be ineffective if these third variables are the true causes. School improvement policies simply miss the mark. Again, we turn back to our major theories of delinquency. Individuals with low intelligence and low self-control are more likely to have negative school experiences, thus strain, low stake in conformity, labels, and so on. Family factors like parental rejection, unfair and overly harsh discipline can exacerbate a juvenile's poor school experiences. The problems a child has at home are almost always brought to school. Conversely, a supportive family can often negate the effects of difficult individual traits on school experiences. It's also important to look at peer relationships in schools. Associating with delinquent peers and gang members, both within and outside of school, negatively affects school experiences. Misbehavior and delinquency in school can cause negative school experiences, for example, poor relations with teachers and lower academic performance, leading to suspension or expulsion. Certain demographic factors, for example, low income, usually coincide with underfunded schools that create lousy school experiences for all students. Okay, if you look at the stats in Chapter 15, you'll see that serious crimes are actually relatively rare in schools. Nonetheless, when serious crimes do occur, they can have a devastating effect on the school, population, and the surrounding community. Lastly, despite schools not necessarily being the actual cause of delinquency, there are some things that schools can do to help mitigate the effects of poor family experiences, low intelligence, and low self-control on delinquent behavior. Schools can reduce the likelihood of delinquency as follows in the following ways. First, have small schools with good resources. Have effective disciplinary procedures, clear rules for behavior, consistent enforcement, and fair punishment. Have differentiated opportunities for success and praise student accomplishments. Have high expectations for students. Place rigorous but not unrealistic demands on students that make achievement that much more savory. Have pleasant working conditions for students, not just the physical environment, but also the environment as structured by teachers, counselors, and administrators. Have good cooperation between administrators and teachers. This is akin to functional family relationships. And lastly, have strong community involvement. Students want to feel that their work matters beyond just what grades they get in the classroom. So that's it for school effects in a nutshell. Be sure you give Chapter 15 a close read, and I'll see you online.